and literally spreading in all directions within the given geographical area. With examples, the things will become clear. So we will come again to the definition at the end of this topic to make you understand. First example, Darwin's finches exhibiting adaptive radiation. You must have heard about Darwin already. I have informed you about Darwin. His contribution, almost you may consider him as the father of evolutionary studies. He visited different parts of the earth, different continents, and carried out extensive study of evolution. He was a naturalist, basically. One of the work which he carried out, that was at Galapagos Islands. Galapagos Islands are located at the west coast of South America, upper part of the South America on its west coast. It's a cluster of 6 to 7 islands. Previous to this, it looked as if they were never visited by the human beings. It was the first time human beings visited that part when Darwin and his team reached over there. Using which sheep over there? Beagle, if you remember, HMS Beagle, through which they carried out the sea voyage. So they reached over there, and there they observed the nature, its components in terms of its species which are prevailing, plants and animal species, as well as the environmental conditions. And he started studying that evolution related aspects over there. One of the things which he observed over there were finches. Now, finch is a very small, like a sparrow, as much, size as much as a sparrow. Small black bird named as finch. He observed the finches over there, over the different islands, Galapagos Islands, different islands. Finches were observed by Darwin. He conjecture means concluded or gave the opinion about them, that there must be original variety of finch that must be a seed eating variety, because the most dominant variety of the finches which were available and virtually available at each island were which category of finches, which are seed eating. Now, how do you know that the variety is a seed eating variety of the bird? One thing, you observe what it feeds upon. The second is the beak. The shape of a beak will let you know that it's a seed eater. They are very short, pointed beak over there. So looking at that, he conjectured or came to the opinion that most of the varieties were which one? Most of them were which one rather, of a seed eating variety. And that must be the original variety from which other varieties have evolved in those islands. Such as which varieties? Crab eating varieties, such as insectivorous varieties, and such as vegetarian, means maybe feeding upon the fruits and seeds of the trees. Of course, for each one, there should be a specific shape of the beak. For example, if you are a seed eater, it's a different story. But when you are a insectivorous, then the shape is different. When you are a frugivorous, particularly parrot, if you see its beak is slightly curved over there, pointed and curved. So these type of modifications are needed when you eat different types of materials. Overall body contour, color, morphology, everything tend to remain same in all these varieties. The only variation was prevailing in which part of theirs? Beak. So just because of the feeding habit, they have evolved from one original variety. Which variety? They have evolved into different varieties within the given geographical region. This is a classic example of which one? Adaptive radiation. The process of evolving different species. Now here they were not different species, by the way, but they were different varieties of a same species. So development of different varieties or different species within one geographical region. Literally starting from the one point and spreading into or evolving, radiating into other areas of the habitat. Of course, one part of the geographical region which is under consideration where this variety was there, and that variety started developing these different varieties of finches which moved into the different habitats. That was the first example of adaptive radiation. Another example comes from Australian continent, which had the two different sets of organisms which show adaptive radiation in Australia. That is our next topic. Meanwhile, you copy this and we write it down and go for them. Example, now stop writing. The best possible example for adaptive radiation, it comes from Australia. One of the reason for that is Australia is a isolated, separated continent which is in the form of an island altogether. So it fits into this definition that in a given geographical area which is isolated from all the other parts, there if there is one species variety, from that different varieties or different species radiate. Radiate means emerging from one and growing in the different direction. So radiating over there from one common variety and spreading in all parts of the continents for adjusting or adapting into the different habitats. A classic example of marsupial mammals and their radiation in Australia. Australia is a geographically isolated island, the one in which marsupial mammals, you understand? Two types of mammals, marsupials and non-marsupials. We call them as the placentals. What are the marsupials? They have a pouch, like in case of kangaroo. The pouch in which they give shelter to their young ones, babies. So that type of a pouch formation is restricted into a small group of mammals which are called as which varieties of mammals? Placental mammals, which do not have this type of pouch over there, non-marsupial they are. Two varieties of mammals are found in Australia. Let's focus on one of the variety, marsupial mammals. Initial most marsupial mammal, from which so many varieties of marsupial mammals have evolved. So many species of marsupial mammals have evolved. Once upon a time in Australia, there were not these many varieties of marsupial. There were which one? Few or initial ancestral varieties of what? Marsupial mammal. From that, within the Australia as a one geographical region, from this point, so many species have radiated and evolved. Examples, sugar glider. Of course, their pigs are sugar glider. It's like a squirrel which can fly virtually. They don't actually fly. What they do is they go to the higher canopy and come down to the lower canopy and just open their parachute like patagia so they can glide in the air. So sugar glider, then Tasmanian wolf, then tiger cat, then banded anteater. Anteaters are kind of mammals which have extended proboscis, which they penetrate into the crevices and other areas and take out the ants and other insects and eat them. So banded anteater, marsupial rat, kangaroo, wombat, bandicoot, koala, marsupial mole. Mole you must have heard about. In spy world they use the word mole. They say the mole is there in your system, means somebody who is spying in your system. Moles basically go deep down in the ground. They make burrows and go in the ground. So these type of varieties of marsupial mammals, but all must have originated from which one? One common original ancestral marsupial mammal. They all were not there right from beginning. They all evolved from one variety. Some of them turned to arboreal. This is which life? Arboreal life. These sugar gliders, the squirrels are living on trees. So they are marsupial mammals but are arboreal. Others, Tasmanian wolf and tiger cat, cursorial. Cursorial is on ground, like tiger and cheetah and all those which are on ground. So cursorial. Then rat and mole. Which one? Burrowing. They have a burrowing type of nature over there. Others on the koala, I think on the trees, again arboreal. Koala, then sugar glider. So varieties of habitats for which some of them are even in deserts, by the way. Kangaroo and others are found on the grounds and desert area. So all are marsupials, but different types of marsupial mammals originated from one ancestral variety of marsupial. This is a classic example of what? Adaptive radiation. From one variety, so many varieties evolved due to adaptation into the different parts of a one geographical region. Same thing happened with which group? Placental mammals, another variety of mammals which is to be found again in what? Australia. So placental mammals. There were not so many varieties of placental mammals right from beginning in its initial stages. There must be what? Initial one ancestral placental mammal. But just because of adaptive radiation, different species of placental mammals evolved from that original one point. Which was that one point? Ancestral placental mammal. This phenomenon occurred within one geographical region. Which was that geographical region? And this type of phenomena are called as what? Adaptive radiation. That is called, phenomenon is called adaptive radiation. Mole, the placental mole, anteater, the placental anteater, mouse, lemur, flying squirrel, bobcat, wolf, etc. So these were two classic examples of adaptive radiation. What is the definition of adaptive radiation? It's about evolution of different varieties or species of the organisms. Right from which variety? One original variety. And these varieties radiate and evolve within one geographical region. This is termed as the adaptive radiation. To adapt into the different environment or different habitats or different conditions, they develop into the different species. This is called adaptive radiation. Copy this one and we go to the next then. When an Australian continent was experiencing adaptive radiation, one in case of marsupial mammals and another in case of which one? Placental mammals. So actually, if you realize within the one continent, two parallel adaptive radiations were going on. Can you imagine that way? Parallelly, two groups are carrying out what? Adaptive radiation. On one side, there were placental mammals. So for each placental mammal, there was a corresponding which one? Marsupial mammal, which was also adapting for the same kind of conditions. One was, for example, placental mole. So there was parallelly which one? Marsupial mole. There was a placental anteater. There was a marsupial anteater. Placental mouse. Then there was a marsupial mouse. And so on and so forth, even up to the wolf. This is the placental wolf and this is the Tasmanian wolf is which one? Marsupial, bobcat and tiger cat and so on and so forth. So bottom line is that you had a one geographical region, for example, in Australia, and there was one group. Which was that group? Marsupial mammals. And parallelly, there was another group. That was which one? Placental mammals. And for certain, let's say arboreal life. Which life? Arboreal life. So for that, when there was a one marsupial mammal was evolving, similarly there was one placental mammal was evolving. जैसे यहाँ पे flying placental mammal ना, flying phalange, and the other side was developing which one? Flying squirrel. Virtually similar format. Both are capable of showing this descendancy from high canopy to lower canopy, and while doing so they will open up their flips like patagia, which work like a parachute. So when you are coming from height, the parachutes, when you open, you are able to glide. Both developed the capacity of gliding, which is known as flying, but reality mein wo kya hai? Gliding. So both the varieties of squirrel developed what? Gliding capacity when they turn to which life? Arboreal life. Yes. Of course, one was with the pouch and one was without pouch. Rest was same. So two different groups showing convergence. Can you make out convergence aspect? Like the way it was convergent adaptation, evolution mein. Birds and insects showing the wings. You remember? Analogous organs shows the divergence or a convergence in the evolution. That aspect. So similarly, so two different groups for arboreal life showing convergence over there. Similarly, for the uh, burrowing life, for which life? Burrowing life. Moles were developed in both the groups. Both the groups developed what? Moles over there. For same habitat, same need, same adaptation, two groups are showing their evolution. One member from each side. So for each placental mammal, there was a corresponding variety of what? Marsupial mammal that was evolving parallelly. This phenomenon where more than one adaptive radiations of marsupials, adaptive radiation of placental mammals. So in any isolated geographical area leads to which one? Like this. Do you have any doubt? This was all about adaptive radiation. Exam point of view, GSEB, State Board exam point of view, very important. Okay. We go to the next part. Before that, you should copy this one.